Hello and welcome to the CSN Mint, everyone. I'm Kevin Cash, joined by Corey Cady, and we have both been, and you have been waiting for this coin all year long. More than halfway through 2024, and finally, the two coin set, Morgan dollar and Peace dollars, are available. They are graded and certified in perfect Mint State 70. These were released by the Philadelphia Mint. We do have them in our exclusive Premier Select Series label for you at just $3.99.95. These will go quickly.
Oh yes, without a doubt. The most sought after coins the U.S. Mint has issued over the past 3 years. Now, it hasn't been every year. As you know, Kevin, they brought us the 100th anniversary in 2021. It was a shock to many of us. Not most people collected Morgan dollars the last 30, 40 years. No one ever expected the U.S. Mint to strike another Morgan dollar and Peace dollar for that matter. They did in 2021 5 separate Morgan dollars and 1 Peace dollar. And here we have the opportunity for you right now to get in at the ground floor price, because we brought you the 2021 coins, and over the last 3 years, the price compared to our ground floor price at $1,899 back in 2021, the last time we had a set in the office in a perfect 70 grade was nearly $4,000.
That's right. I helped a collector achieve that set because it is so rare and so hard to find. And we talk about rarity and condition being the most important factors in collecting. You have in these coins, 2024, the Peace dollar here is the second rarest coin, tied for the second most rare Peace dollar ever produced. Again, original Peace dollar series, first year of issue 1921 to 1935. And we have the third in the modern issue, 2021, 2023, and now finally 2024.
That's right, and the Morgan dollar is tied for the 4th lowest minute of all time with last year. Now, only 275,000 of these sets were produced. Just like last year, there'll be an instant sellout and remain in very high demand. The Morgan dollar is easily one of the most iconic U.S. Mint silver dollars of all time, and certainly for a classic U.S. Mint coin, it is without a doubt the most collected U.S. Mint coin of all time. You go all the way back to 1878 is the first year of issue. Produced that year in Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Carson City. Now, when they started producing the Morgan dollars, Kevin, in 1878, it was solely because of the amount of silver that they were pulling out of the Comstock lode. There was a lot of pressure from the west, the miners, a lot of silver coming out of the mountains. Obviously, the Mint was not wanting to produce a dollar. Very large coin. When you consider these were used in everyday circulation, people were more accustomed to the small $1 gold pieces, $2.50, and even back then they would literally use a pinch of gold for everyday commerce. So to carry around a dollar, you know, they refer to these as cowboy money. And,
right.
and back in 1878 to 1904, that was around a day's wages is $1. And it's a coin, the Morgan dollar, we're on the Peace dollar there, it brings up images of the West. And they were really heavily circulated in the West.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was, like you said, about a dollar's wage, a 90% silver coin through the issues there, 1878 to 1921 on the Morgan. And these are pure silver, these coins.
99.9.
That's right. That's right. And what we have here is an opportunity to go back in time and get the first year of issue. 1878, the first year of issue on those coins, Corey, you know, we look at the numbers now, and they're minuscule compared to what we had back then. The first few months, they were producing, I believe, every month, over 2 million Morgan dollars in 1878. Each and every month, over 2 million Morgan dollars in 1878 were produced. Now, many of those were melted down in the Pittman Act of 1911, where nearly 270 million Morgan dollars were melted, so almost half of the total production out of all the Morgans made. But you have the opportunity here now with the modern issues to grab these coins with just minuscule mintage numbers compared compared to what we saw in 1878. So you talked about each and every month, 1878, 2 million coins mint. We have 275,000. Now, not all of those coins, Corey, will receive the perfect grade of 70.
Right, and that's an important thing to hit on there, Kevin. 275,000, but if you go back 1878 to 1904, and then again the last year in 1921, over the last 40 years, between the major grading services combined, there's been over 8 million individual Morgan dollars that have been certified. It's a tremendous amount of coins. What do we have? 10 coins right here? 8 million would fill up this entire room.
Easily.
And you're talking about 8 million coins. There has never been a single coin that has been certified in a 70 grade. And if you go one grade below perfect and near perfect 69 grade, 17 individual coins is all that has been certified in a 69 grade. So you have one of the only dates, 2021, 2023, and 2024 are the only Morgan and Peace dollars that exist in a perfect 70 grade. And to circle back, we actually helped a collector secure one of those original 69 graded Morgan dollars. It's about 4 or 5 years ago for nearly $60,000. And we have the 2 coin set here, 2024 MS70 with the exclusive Premier Select Series label. You will not find the Premier Select Series label out there anywhere in the market. And if you do, Kevin, what's going to happen?
It's going to be more. We are bringing this to you in this Premier Select Series label. We are the wholesale on that.
Absolutely.
And so if you find it in the market, someone has purchased it from us and has elected to sell that. And generally, when folks sell things, they sell it for more, not less than they bought it for.
Right. And this is a ground floor price. And again, you've heard us say it many times over the years, and we'll always say it because it's just so true. The single most important determining factor of value in a coin is its condition. And the higher the grade, the more it's worth. These are perfectly graded in Mint State 70. Again, one of only 3 years in existence that you can own a Morgan or a Peace dollar in that perfect Mint State 70 grade.
Yeah, and at $3.99.95, that's going to be for both coins. That's not for just one. That is for your 2024 Morgan dollar. That is including the 2024 Peace dollar as well. Perfectly certified Mint State 70, and you know you've got the best of the best for eternity. Grab as many of these 2 coin sets as you can comfortably afford. I want to talk to you about the first time these 2 coins were released together in 1 year. Now, that was 1921. That was the last year of the Morgan dollar and the first year of the Peace dollar. So we had those coins overlap that year for the very first time. You had 2 silver dollar options in the market. And then 100 years later, the anniversary issue included a Morgan dollar and a Peace dollar in 2021. Now, 2022, Corey, as you know, and many savvy collectors know at home, there were no Morgan dollar and Peace dollars issued by the United States Mint. They just did not have the silver budgeted and allotted for the program. So 100 years goes by, 2021, you've got Morgan and Peace dollar for the first time ever since 1921, nothing in 2022. Corey, they brought those coins back in 2023, just last year, and now 2024. So this is the only time in history that you have 2 consecutive years with both 2 coins, the Morgan dollar and the Peace dollar. This has never happened before.
Never done both Morgan and Peace dollar in consecutive dates. And then even on the Morgan dollar, you're at 120 years that they were last issued in 2 consecutive years. You got to go all the way back to 1903 and 1904 to have the last 2 consecutive dated Morgan dollars. And then on the Peace dollars 90 years ago, 1934 to 1935. So it's an opportunity here to get in at the ground floor price, certified in the highest grade possible, which is always what you want to strive for in your collection. And without a doubt, the Morgan and the Peace dollar, since the Mint has produced them in 2021, brought them back, it's really created a resurgence in the hobby, and it's without a doubt been the most sought after coins that the Mint has produced over the last 3 years. And we held our breath all year, fingers crossed. Breathe a sigh of relief, Kevin. We have them, 2024 Morgan and Peace dollar from the Philadelphia Mint, certified in Mint State 70. Folks, you want to pick up the phone now, call, grab as many of these as you could comfortably afford at $399.95. Again, you are getting in at the ground floor price.
Yeah, and you mentioned holding your breath, and the Mint does, Corey, as you know, being in this industry, in this hobby for as long as you can, the Mint does what the Mint wants.
Yep.
And we don't know necessarily what happens next year in 2025. Now, remember, the U.S. Mint director position is presidentially appointed.
Right.
And so if there's a change there and we have a new president and there's a new Mint director that's appointed, that Mint director has the option to go forward with whichever bullion programs they want to. So it could be the last year. We talked about 2021, nothing in 2022, and we've got these 2 years a row, 23 and 24. Nothing's guaranteed in 2025.
Well, certainly nothing from the U.S. Mint,
right,
because I mean, they've been struggling with silver planchets. There's been other programs that have been scrapped that we were anticipating.
Right.
They did not have a date of releasal, and then they never came to fruition. So it's an opportunity. It could be the last mortgage or peace dollar ever produced. We have no idea. It's not written into a bill like the American Eagle program. We know that the U.S. Mint is going to continue to offer U.S. citizens and folks around the world the opportunity to purchase gold and silver directly from the Mint in the American Eagle program, which, as you know, Ronald Reagan signed that into the Liberty Coin Act in 1985, and they started the American Eagle program in 1986. This is something that former Mint Director David Ryder, who was appointed by President Donald Trump, he is the whole reason why we have these Morgan and Peace dollars.
That's correct.
And yeah, you said it, Kevin. It could be the last time they're ever produced, and the opportunity to get in at the ground floor price. Because again, I'll mention 2021. That 6-coin set, I've been here with the company for nearly 20 years, and that 6-coin set from 2021 was without a doubt the most sought-after collection that I've ever offered, and it still remains in extremely high demand, but it has been well over 2 years that we were last able to bring those onto the television show in a perfect 70 grade and a complete set.
Well, the Morgan and Peace dollars that came out just sparked a resurgence in the collecting community, and it brought in so many new collectors. So, I mean, I've worked with newer collectors that had asked for original Morgans in the perfect 70 grade and shared with them that just is unobtainable. There are none from 1878 to 1991, or excuse me, from 1921 to 1878 that are in perfect 70 grade. It doesn't exist. So it exists now. Your opportunity, standby operators are waiting on the number on the screen where we've been for nearly 25 years helping you with your collection. Also, csnmint.com. You can order online now. Grab as many as you can comfortably afford. We will end up selling out on this just as we have done on prior years. And when we sell out, that's when things become difficult. When we have to go back into the marketplace, we often are almost always paying more when we find these sets once we've sold out at the original issued price.
If we pay more, unfortunately, we're going to then have to sell them for more. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to continue helping you folks. And just to circle back a little bit to the lowest minted original Morgan dollar, in 1893 at the San Francisco Mint, they only produced 100,000 coins. So that is the lowest minted of all time. And that is a coin that you will get over 4 figures in hardly recognizable condition. You will barely be able to make out the image of Lady Liberty, the eagle, the date. You'll hardly be able to tell what it is, and that's a coin that you're over 4 figures on. Absolutely. Now, we actually had one in a Mint 63 grade, so uncirculated, slabbed, and certified. This was nearly 10 years ago. We helped one of our collectors add that to his world-class collection for nearly $300,000. $295,000, and that is a coin only 100,000 were produced in 1893. Then you have the 1894 Philadelphia Mint, 110,000. Again, these are key dates in the overall Morgan series. Again, in an uncirculated condition, that's well over a 6-figure coin. Then you get to 2021, the third lowest minted. There are only 175,000 that were produced in 2021. Again, from our ground floor price just 3 years ago, to get that set in a perfect 70 grade, you're paying well over double. There's nearly $4,000 to get all 6 coins in a 70 grade. And then this is $275,000, which is tied the exact same mintage as the 2023 Philadelphia Mint Morgan and Peace dollar. So $275,000 when you consider to go back to 1878 when they started producing the Morgan dollars, 2 million coins a month were being produced. Many of those were being held in the U.S. Mint's treasury vaults, and this was helping to control the price of silver. Because when they started pulling so much silver out of the mountains in Nevada, obviously with the overabundance of demand, the price tanked. So working with the miners and to help the U.S. Mint and the overall economy, they began producing the Morgan dollars in 1878, and many of those sat in the U.S. Mint's vaults. And Kevin, you mentioned 670 million total Morgan dollars were produced. In 1918 with the Pittman Act, almost half of them, 270 million, were melted to fund the war effort. And unfortunately, there was another war.
Yeah, and while fortunately these coins will not get melted, what happens, Corey, is collectors tuck them away. They understand the importance and the rarity of these coins. They understand that this is the best of the best, the most sought after, the most anticipated coins of the year. And we have them at the original issue price. You have them guaranteed, certified perfectly in Mint State 70. The pair is at just $3.99.95. You're going to want to grab as many as you can comfortably afford. Put yourself and your collection into the most exclusive and the most enviable position as possible as early on as you can. We have completely sold out of our inventory of just last year's 2023, Corey. I have a list going of folks that want those coins, that are ready for those coins. We just simply do not have them, and that was just last year. So many new collectors added each and every year, Corey. It's unbelievable, the demand on these. Grab them now. You know, the fortune favors the bold here, and it's time to pick up the phone now. Call the number you've been calling for nearly 25 years. Get online at csnmint.com. Get your order in now before we sell out like we did in just last year's 2023
Yeah, I mean, these are going to remain incredibly collectible. I mean, the Morgan dollar, I mentioned it before. It's one of the most iconic U.S. Mint coins of all time. When you see a Morgan dollar, it brings you back to the Wild West. You know, you're sliding one across a saloon, a bar top. You're checking in for a night in a hotel. I mean, again, that was guys working real hard.
Yeah,
they're making $1 a day.
Yeah, and some of them were working in different ways. They found Billy the Kid with Morgan dollars in his satchel.
Yep.
So a lot of lore, a lot of history behind the Morgan dollar. The new issues are extremely rare, very low numbers when you compare them to the original series, and your opportunity to get them in a perfect 70, again, which none in the original 1878 to 1921 exist in perfect 70. Here's your opportunity now to get these coins, to get the best of the best, to rest assured you know you have the most sought after coins in the highest grade possible. Now, this is also an added value because we brought you these coins in the Premier Select Series label. And the Premier Select Series label is reserved for the most exclusive coins that we offer. Now, there's only been a couple dozen coins that have been submitted and approved for the PSS label. Not all coins that we submit are approved by NGC and the board of directors there to qualify for this special Premier Select Series label. We are the only coin provider in the United States that brings these to market. This is an exclusive to CSN, and it can be exclusively yours at just $3.99.95 for the pair. Call now, get online. These won't last long.
Yeah, and to go back to 1878, this was a competition. So the coin is named after George T. Morgan. His design ultimately was selected, but it was between the Barber brothers, William and Charles Barber, and he was actually their apprentice, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So he won the competition, and his design it's named after him, George T. Morgan. So that's just a little information of why we call it the Morgan dollar. There's a lot of coins, the U.S. Mint coins, that we don't really ever refer to the designer as the coin.
That's right. And another piece that is you won't find in the original Morgans, or you rarely find. We've had the opportunity to bring some high-grade original Morgans to our collectors in the past, but these pristine examples, these brand new 2024s, are absolutely flawless. The original designer, George T. Morgan, wanted to make these coins stackable. So you see around the circumference of the on the Morgan dollar, the tooth-like structures. They're actually in the industry, collecting industry, and in the numismatic industry referred to as denticles. So these tooth-like structures are the highest points on the Morgan dollar. So they protected the coin as they were struck, as they were stacked on top of each other, as they were struck at the mints, as they were sent out to the banks on those horse-drawn carriages through the wild, wild west and through the rest of the United States at that time. So that's why there are no perfectly graded Morgans from the original series. But you do have the opportunity, you do have the chance to pick these up now. $3.99, that's for the 2-coin set, both the Morgan and Peace 2024. Do remember, just last year, we're completely sold out here at CSN, and we have hundreds of thousands of collectors, and we just don't have enough to go around. So take advantage of it now while you have the opportunity.
Right, yeah, because there's many folks that I work with on a day-to-day basis that I either didn't work with in 2021, and they're on my list. We just can't get in an abundance of the 2021s, and that's going to happen eventually with 2023, and it's destined to happen with 2024 as well, because these are some of the highest demanded collected coins in the hobby for U.S. minted coins. A Morgan dollar is a must-have for a U.S. Mint coin collection. A Peace dollar is a must-have for a U.S. Mint coin collection. And anybody who's a serious Morgan collector that happens to have a date set, or a complete date mint set's 96 coins until you get to 2021 and you add in another 6 and then another 6 for 2023 and now 2 more here for 2024. Anybody that's working on a Morgan dollar collection needs these in their collection. They need the 2021, they need the 2022 or 2023 to have an entire set. And of course, the Mint wasn't able to do 2022. We have no idea what will happen with the rest of this year, 2025. Nothing that I've heard of on the Mint schedule. I hope that they continue to strike the Morgan dollar, and I hope for those folks that keep missing the boat that they strike more, because 275,000 is nothing. When you consider on a Silver Eagle over the last 14 years, on average, they produced over 30 million coins a year.
That's right.
And we're talking about 275,000 here, Kevin.
Well, there's going to be 3. We're featuring 2 here, silver dollars released by the United States Mint this year in 2024. The American Silver Eagle, which has been released every year since 1986. We're looking at bare minimum on the Mint State Silver Eagle, a mintage of over 20 million. This year. Okay, the other 2 coins are featured right here. They're 275,000. Now, there are simply not enough of these coins, Corey, to go around with the number of collectors, with the millions of collectors out there that go after these coins. 275 is nothing. Now, put on top of that the fact that these coins are graded and certified in perfect Mint State 70 in the Premier Select Series label at just $3.99 and 95 cents. It's no wonder, folks, grab multiple sets, grab as many as they can comfortably afford, because they want to put themselves in the best position. They want their collection to be the best in the future, because the future is unknown. We often say the Mint does what the Mint wants. We're not 100% sure that this coin and these 2 coins will be around next year. Now, we are sure that the American Silver Eagle, which this year they will produce more than 20 million, will be here next year. That is a fact, and that is law. Now, this is up to the new Mint director, if we get one, a presidentially appointed position. If we have a new president, we more than likely, it's followed suit every other year that we've had a new president, the director has changed.
In many collectors' eyes, the Mint completely dropped the ball in 2021. It created a tremendous amount of frustration in the hobby. They individually released the coins with that mintage of 175,000. They were instant sellouts, less than 30 seconds. The U.S. Mint's websites crashed. You couldn't get through on the phone. but they were individually released throughout the year. They did not ship any of them until October.
Right.
I've been doing this for quite a while, and I love working with folks. I've never talked to so many people who were completely frustrated and flustered with the U.S. Mint for the way that they handled one of the most anticipated releases in years, in modern issue times. Again, it's something no one ever expected the Mint to do. Then they promised us 2022, we will do it again. We will do more. They issued zero coins in 2022. Again, the frustration continues to build. Then, when they do produce them last year in 2023, we expect millions of the Mint State coins at the very least to be produced, and then a fraction of that in the proofs and the reverse proof. Well, they did very small amounts. Again, instant sellout. 275,000 coins is nothing. That, of course, is going to be an instant sellout. So get in now while you have the opportunity, because this is our ground floor price, $399.95 in a perfect 70 grade. This is the most affordable option that we have been able to bring to the table. And if history repeats itself, this will remain as the best option that we have to get in at the ground floor price, $399.95. Kevin, we talked a lot about the Morgan. I want to point out, because I know they were zoomed in, and I'm sure there's some folks out there that are a little puzzled. If you want to talk about the trust on the peace dollar, let's point that out. We always usually like to talk about that because it looks a little odd.
It's an important piece to touch on, especially with the number of newer collectors. A lot of times we do have folks that call in after they get their coins, and they mention on their peace dollar with that beautiful rendition of Lady Liberty on the front of the coin, it does keep true to the original design, "In God We Trust." The word trust and the letter U in trust is actually a V. Now that V stands for victory. You have to understand at this time the end of World War I had happened. So the V for victory for that World War I ending. We also have the reverse of the coin with the eagle's wings at rest. All right, the eagle's wings at rest here. First year of issue, 1921. The eagle is predominantly displayed in flight. If you look at any of your coins, you'll see the eagle in flight, wings spread, in motion on many coins. Here it is looking forward in a solace and produce an image of safety and security.
Yep. And another thing with these, for a modern issue coin, there are very few. Lady Liberty, of course, has adorned U.S. Mint circulated coins for quite a while. You go back to the first coins produced in the late 1700s, all the way up 155 years to the last year of issue on the Walking Liberty half dollar in 1947. And there's very few silver coins. There's a couple of medals that the U.S. Mint has issued over the last 38 years that have Lady Liberty, and then there's a couple of gold pieces.
Right.
But for silver coins, going back to the Morgan and the peace dollar, you have the opportunity to then again own coins with Lady Liberty. You have the silver eagle each year, and then you have the gold eagle. But with Lady Liberty, with that classic U.S. Mint design, it's an opportunity here to add some tremendously collectible coins to your collection, certified in the highest grade possible, Mint State 70 and GC certified with that exclusive Premier Select Series label.
Yeah, and you're getting the best of the best. You're getting coins that are setting records here with rarity. You're getting the second most rare peace dollar and the fourth most rare Morgan dollar. We're talking about the original coins here, Corey. We're going back to 1878 to 1921 on the Morgan. This is the fourth most rare out of all of those issues. There were 96 different issues on the Morgan dollars between dates and mint marks. This is the fourth most rare this year. Okay, the peace dollar, again, 1921 to 1935. This is tied for the second most rare. And we know with the number of collectors out there, this will not last long. At $3.99.95, you're getting both coins. You're getting these coins certified for eternity in your collection in the perfect grade of Mint State 70. You're getting them in the Premier Select Series, which is exclusive to CSN, and you're getting them now either by calling the number on the screen or on csnmint.com. Either way, grab as many as you can comfortably afford. Call and get online now. These will sell out.